Hello, my name is Curtis Mortensen. I'm a computer engineer and business major, and about 8 months ago, I had an idea for a business project, a card game. It's taken a lot of time, hard work, and creativity, but I'm almost done. The final thing that I need is artwork for the game, and that's hopefully where you come in. However, I'd like to use my computer skills to explore a new frontier, the combination of human and AI art. A lot of people have misconceptions about AI in general, so let me explain a little about the technology and how I'd like to use it. All AI programs work the same. You feed them a lot of data, samples of images or text, and then train them to recognize patterns in the data. After the program can understand all of the complicated rules in art or speech, programmers have found ways to get them to create new words or art. With art, the process starts by giving an AI engine a picture that looks like random noise or static. Then the programmer will ask the program to try to spot patterns in the static. If you've ever looked up at the sky and tried to spot pictures in the clouds, you probably understand what this is like. Some clouds look like a face, or a chai teapot, or a musical note. Sometimes you have to squint or look at them upside down before the shape looks right. Basically, this is what an AI is doing. If you tell it to make a picture of a face or a chai teapot, it looks for those shapes in the static. When it finds them, it makes them more realistic, and then it repeats this process hundreds of times until it has dreamed an image. So, why does this matter to you? Why should you care? Understanding this technology shows us that it has three main limitations, or areas where it still needs human help. For one, the program itself is not creative. No matter how good it gets in the future, there's always going to have to be a human telling it what to draw. A human can come up with cool characters and concepts. The program cannot. The second limitation comes from the limits of the training. Since the program has learned all of its rules from existing artwork, text, or data, it can never create something new. The program can learn a visual style like Picasso's and copy it in new settings, but it can never come up with a new visual style of its own. Some of the most exciting work in art right now is coming from new visual styles, like those in the movie Into the Spider-Verse.
His name is Miles Morales. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. And he's not the only one.
Compared to humans, these programs don't have enough creativity. Lastly, the program doesn't understand structure. Imagine if everything you knew about the world came from looking at clouds. You might know what the shape of a teapot is, but not what it's actually used for. This is the reason behind a lot of errors in generated art. Because the program doesn't understand what fingers are used for, just what they look like, it imagines hands with too many fingers or too few. Another example is eyes. Even toddlers can draw eyes on a face, but the AI program doesn't understand that eyes are used for vision, so it doesn't know that they need to be pointed in the same direction, and it often gets them wrong. If you wanted a composition of a person holding a sword, it could do it. When you tell it to imagine a person pulling a sword out of a stone, like in a popular fairy tale, it doesn't know how those pieces should interact, and it's probably going to imagine something wrong: the person's stance, the sword and the stone, or the hands pulling. So, if AI has so many problems, why use it? We all know that programs are better than people at lots of things. They're cheaper and faster, for example. Unfortunately, a lot of people worry that businesses who care only about money, not art quality or quality of human life, will replace artists with AI. However, what if it didn't have to be a competition? What if we could combine some of the very best elements of human understanding, creativity, and soul with the speed and affordability of AI? I said before that AI can't come up with anything new. However, a human can create new characters or styles and then train the AI to copy them. The AI can copy faster than the human and adapt those characters or styles to new scenes or new backgrounds. This was the process that a small, independent YouTube studio, Corridor Digital, used to create their own anime. A project like an anime would normally take months and dozens of artists drawing each panel by hand. Corridor Digital was able to pay a human artist to draw characters for the anime and then trained a program on those character references. Then the AI drew those characters on every single frame of their anime, on backgrounds they gave the program. The process took weeks instead of months, and they were able to do it on a small studio budget. This process also solves the issue of AI stealing an artist's work without their consent, since the artist drawing the character reference was paid specifically for their work, and the program was trained to only draw their specific characters.
Making a polished animation takes hundreds of people, millions of dollars, and huge studios. But what if I told you that the clips you're watching right now were created with free software and just a couple of buddies working together? You aren't even traditional animators. Well, watch as we attempt to invent a new way of doing animation. And if we pull it off, you will see stories from small creators like us you've never seen before. If we're going to make our own episode of a cartoon that is our own thing, we need to fix that. You need to be able to see the characters clearly as a style that only exists in the rock, paper, scissors universe. And for this, I have a longtime artist friend I'm going to reach out to, and he's going to help us design the look. Hi Josh, it's me, your longtime buddy Nico. As an artist, you have a computer that is looking at your drawings and learning how to apply them to video. And how does it feel being on that spectrum of technology?
The AI that we've been exploring is beautiful and exciting while also being a little unnerving, and I feel like that's okay. You guys were kind enough to solicit me and actually compensate me. The best possible thing for it is that creatives descend on it, ones that actually have moral compasses and passions and things they care about. Because this generation can provide the template that future generations use when asking themselves, like, what's the right way to handle this?
What we don't know now is if AI will only be used by big corporations to cement their monopoly in art and film industries, or whether small, independent creators can use these programs to make new projects, realize new visions, or do things they couldn't do before. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to pioneer the technology and use it ethically and fairly, and to create a level of quality that hasn't been possible in the indie space before. If that sounds like something you would be open to, then our next step would be to have a conversation. I would love to answer your questions, and I'll pay more than your usual commission per reference. I decided to reach out to a small group of artists whose work I admire, and you're part of that group. I'd like to have that conversation with you. But whatever you decide, I hope that learning about this process, technology, was useful to you, and I wish you the best of luck in your future artistic endeavors. Thank you.